So we'll have a new Prime Minister in that building behind me by Wednesday evening. Thank you very much.
7 years ago, having taken the UK into the Brexit referendum, which he then lost, David Cameron made an exit of his own.
Right.
Now, in a comeback which, let's face it, shocked pretty much everyone,
David Cameron? What?
He's returned to politics as the UK's new Foreign Secretary. Call me Dave. Mate, at this point I'd call you Lazarus. But there are some massive issues with this appointment, first and foremost being David Cameron is not a member of the British Parliament, nor was he a member of the House of Lords. He had to be given a peerage so that he can serve as Foreign Secretary. It is an act by Prime Minister Rishi Sunak which reeks of desperation. But then, what is it they say about desperate times calling for desperate measures? The fact that Sunak couldn't find someone in his existing cabinet, an elected politician, to take up what is known as one of the 4 great offices of state, well, that says more about the state of the Conservative government in the UK than it does David Cameron. What of course comes under scrutiny now is Cameron's record on foreign affairs. He wanted to stay in Europe, but we all know how that turned out, and the shadow of Brexit has never left the UK. On Israel-Palestine, he called himself a British Prime Minister whose belief in Israel is unbreakable. But then he also said Gaza cannot and must not be allowed to remain a prison camp. And on China, Cameron declared it was a golden era between London and Beijing back in 2015, an era which Sunak has since said is over. Cameron, though, kept close ties to Beijing since leaving office through some UK-China investment funds. But that was all in the past. Rishi Sunak's in charge now, and as Foreign Secretary, Cameron will have to be a good lieutenant, who toes the party line, or risks being out of office again. But here's where Cameron's appointment might just be a masterstroke. Regardless of what the British public think about him, and broadly speaking, the British public is not a fan, Cameron is a skilled politician with a ton of experience.
I hope that 6 years as Prime Minister, 11 years leading the Conservative Party gives me some useful experience and contacts and relationships and knowledge that I can help the Prime Minister.
He will command, if not respect, and at the very least high attention from his foreign counterparts, something which, it could easily be argued, some of his recent predecessors have not been able to do. I've actually interviewed David Cameron twice, once at the World Economic Forum in Davos, but also for a special collaboration back in 2011 between Al Jazeera and YouTube, a half-hour discussion based on questions submitted by people from all over the world. He came into that interview with clearly no idea who I was. His Downing Street advisors thought I was the IT guy, because, well, you know. But he put on a professional show. Not only did he look and sound the part, he actually knew his stuff as well. And my guess is Rishi Sunak knows that's the kind of thing he needs on the political front line right now. A Hail Mary or a well-thought-out play? With the way the world is right now, Cameron definitely won't be short on opportunities to prove it either way.